what kind of went on in your life, and I kind of wanted to let you kind of steer the conversation. I know we touched it a little bit about your concerns over how the I believe 2019. Well, I guess when did the arrest happen for the guns and everything like that? I'll let you take the lead.
Yeah, I got all
I'll let
the.
you
Wait a
talk.
minute, let me go turn this TV off. Hold on just a minute. Oh, okay. The date of the incident, the gun
Mhm.
arrest, is November the 30th, 2019.
Mhm.
That is a Saturday. That was a Saturday. And the
Mhm.
approximate time was 12, according to the 911 call, 12:15. The
Mhm.
alleged arrival time is supposed to have been 14 minutes, 12:29. But I don't remember them getting there that fast because I try to keep them on the line the whole time that I had to hold this female down that they never released her name to the public, and but I do happen to know her name. So when while holding her down, I kept on wanting them to get there while I'm holding her down, and the phone call was played in court, and my judge, Judge Angela Biscuit McCormick, she wanted to play it into let the jury hear the full 911 call, that 911 despite that 911 call being in conflict. If you're not indicted for nothing on the 911 call, it makes it irrelevant and highly prejudicial.
Huh. So how they went to your apartment? So I understand that you had called them. I'm a little unclear on how this kind of started. And there was a female that was in your
Yeah,
home.
she was a
Can you
rude,
talk to me a bit
rude.
about that?
She was a rude. What triggered me to call the 911? She was a rude female that a friend that was keeping over her house. She had a warrant on her that day, but his girlfriend and well, actually his wife and him was getting into it about this girl because he was trying to do her a favor. So he asked could he bring her over to my house, and she had to go and turn herself in the next day. So it was only going to be a pretty much a 5 to 10 hour affair or whatever.
Okay.
12 hours to she had to turn herself in. So she was on drugs and had to go to finance for the conditioner, her probation or whatever. And if she didn't turn herself in, she was going to have a warrant on her that day. So she tried
Okay.
to.
Gotcha.
I called the police on her because she demanded I give her money. Why would I give you money if I'm trying to help you? Type of thing, and I'll let
Yeah.
you stay over at my
So
house.
you were letting her stay there just as a favor to a friend.
Yeah, just because
Yeah.
he was basically going to put her out, and it's November. It was pretty much kind of cold or whatever. And I said,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, I just happened to call at the same time that him and his wife was going through it. But man, she can stay here, what you call type of thing. I had seen her from a distance, but didn't know her. So I said, man, she can stay here. Ain't nobody here with me. So he brought her over type of thing, and what's called I stayed up for a little while, and it seemed like she put something in my drink because I woke up and she was woke fixing breakfast or whatever, and she came over probably about 10 or 11, and when I woke up at 10 something, she had said something. She got to get out of here, and I said okay, and I dozed back off unwillingly or
Mhm.
whatever. And when I woke up at damn near 12, she was demanding all this money. I said, oh, no, you know what? I tell you what, you can get out of here type of thing. Somebody try to do you a
Mhm.
favor and you're going to act like this. She said, I have your mother killed. And I went up at her, you
Oh
know
wow.
what? Right, exactly. So I called 911 type of thing. She stole. I looked for my phone. I couldn't find my phone. She done stole my phone. I looked for my wallet. It scattered out and stuff. And she had been through my wallet and everything just seemed to be disturbed. So I said, "Oh, y'all
Mhm.
hurry up and get over here. Y'all got to come and remove her. I don't want no trouble." So now I was paid for the lawsuit, the wrongful conviction in
Mm-hmm.
2018. So the house and everything is pretty much due to me. So I wanted her just out of my house.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And
so
had you, I know that you had mentioned kind of fearing for your life, obviously, and had you placed 911 calls to your home before this, or, kind of with that situation, or was this the first time that you had, like,
yeah, that's
had
first
this
time.
kind
Yeah,
of.
that's the first encounter I had at that resident period. And then it was well, wait a minute. I think I had, as far as a rude person, I had called 911 several times because this case led to a threat on my life,
Yeah,
and I had called 911 over there maybe 4 or 5 times, but a total
gotcha.
with this threat on my life, I have called 911. I've been out 12 years and 2 months yesterday. And
Mm-hmm.
the murder case from Thomas Wine's courtroom calls me
Mm-hmm.
the wrongful conviction murder case that I sued for. It's all started in Thomas Wine's courtroom, and that's when my life and other people's life was in threat.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 issues of threat in Thomas Wine's courtroom. So, with that being said, type of thing, somebody went to Thomas Wine and said, before my husband takes the stand, I want you to know that we're staying in a hotel, me and my kids and
Mm-hmm.
my husband, because of the threats made, because he's going to testify today. So I want it on record, type of thing. And when this person was trying to walk past, she was pregnant at the time, and when she was trying to
Mm-hmm.
walk past my other suspect's sister, he had sent his sister into my trial, which she shouldn't have really been there or whatever, uh, other than to spy or whatever. They were the sister and my people's girlfriend were going to had words, strong words, almost a fight, and AC got in between. AC McKay Savan, the prosecuting attorney, got it now judge. He got in between them. So the threats
Mm-hmm.
is publicly known about on my life about this whole gun case period, and threats is coming from the other suspect period.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha. And
uh,
so, with this kind of in that context, when the police arrived at your home this day,
November
I
30th.
guess this. Uh
Hmm.
huh.
Yeah. So when they
I
got
was just going to ask, was it like, I guess, what happened once the police arrived? Because
oh
I
my
know that, like,
goodness,
it's
when they
a pretty quick
arrived.
departure from, like, getting there to, like, remove this person from your property and then it going to, like, searching your home.
Okay, when he pulled up, he parked kind of like semi like across the street from. I live in a dead end court. It's only five
Mm-hmm.
houses on our court, four really. So when he pulled up like a semi halfway across the street and walked into the thing
Mm-hmm.
and said, I have my house phone because he stole my iPhone, notepad, and
Mm-hmm.
so on. So I have I know to have my hands up in the air, type of thing, because I don't trust what's going on with the police before Breonna
Mm-hmm.
Taylor's case and otherwise. So I got my
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
up in the air. And I said, "Come on in. You safe in this house. There's nothing that is going to cause you harm. I've been locked up 46 times, so I pretty much know what to say to them, and I watch the news across the country. So hands up in the air with the phone, only a cell phone exposed in my right hand. When I walked in, as soon as you come in my door, when you turn to the right, you can see my kitchen in full view. Keyword in full view. It is only 20 steps, less than 10 yards to the center of the kitchen. So this officer
Mm-hmm.
says that he says that he found a gun as soon as he came into my home. He said he found a gun. He knows a gun in my home with domestic violence in the center of the kitchen floor. Now, why would I
Mm-hmm.
turn my back on this girl that, according to the judge and the 911 call, she is screaming for her life? She is saying on the 911 call, you can get a copy of it. It says, "Oh, he in the background with me trying to tell him to come over to my house. I'm the caller, and she's trying to prepare a defense for her BS. So in her defense, she is saying, "Oh, he's trying to rape me. Oh, he's trying to put his thing in my mouth. Get your thing away from me. He's trying to. I can't breathe. Oh, get off of me. I can't breathe." So she's going through, you can clearly hear all of this in the background. This is very important for me telling you this because I'm never charged with that. So,
Yeah.
she's saying all of this stuff, and I said, I told the 911 person, I'm not choking her. I have my what's called type of thing. I'm trying to film it, and she won't let me film it, so because she's trying to lie on me. So we go through all the wrestling match or whatever, and I told you that's why I want y'all to hurry up and get over here. She has threatened to break my TV and other appliances in my house. So for y'all to hurry up, can y'all stay on the phone while they are telling me that no, we can't stay on the phone, Mr. Porter. We gotta get off the phone, and I'm trying to stall and keep them on the phone, and I did. So speeding things up. So get back to the handgun in the center of the floor. It is a big thing because he made the point that why would I have a gun in the center of the floor on a domestic violence situation is what she's making it, and I'm raping her and trying to choke her. That's not matching the 911 call. It seemed like my body would be on the center of the floor. So moving on, he says all of this, and that's not where he found the gun at. He found the gun in between some carpets. I have a four-layer home, and going down on the first floor is the you can go upstairs, and there's two more stairs. It's a basement and a sub basement with a family room. So she's in the family room type of thing, sitting down, half nude or whatever type thing. Barely got clothes on, and the officer finds the gun in between the banister thing going down to the, I think it's 5 steps, and you go down to the sub basement. And when he finds his gun, he doesn't film it. Instead of filming the gun, and he cocks it and loads it and everything, but it's not on his body cam, which it should, I think, per policy or otherwise. The best evidence rule says, why would you have a body cam and not film the best evidence? So he asked me if I was a convicted felon. I told him that was my gun. He asked me if I was a convicted felon, and I told him not really type of thing. And I explained the situation of being exonerated. And it was my belief that all the cases over with because it was over 20 years. So, so when moving on, I think he asked about was I convicted felon, and he later on called in and we proceeded downstairs. Meanwhile, the second guy, this officer's name is Alexander Thomas. Don't know his badge number. And he said that the other guy came 15 minutes later. His name is Stephen is his last name. I don't know if he spells it Stevven, V, not V, I'm sorry, Ffen or Ffan. There is, interesting enough, there is a James Stephen on the Brady list that came out in the paper January the 11th. I think January the 11th is the day, and he's on the Brady list. Mm-hmm. So I know that in my case there is a bunch of lies told in the grand jury and in the affidavit for probable cause to come back and get the rest of the guns. I wanted to proceed to trial, a fair trial, in which I knew that it never is usually a fair trial against the mainly the Black African American people, because most of the people, there's 3,400 people wrongly convicted that have been released and proven exonerated. And out of those 3,400, it's only most 90% of them are African American, male and female. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, type of thing, I knew that they was pissed off about me saying how bad Louisville police were. Before I got out, Officer Donald Burbanks made a deal with the same jailhouse snitch that got me the time, Greg Gully. He made 2 deals with him before I got out and one after I got out to get another confession from me. Before I got out, I'm reading this in the paper. I'm saying, man, they trying to, people bought it from me in the penitentiary saying, Kerry, man, they trying to frame you before you get out.
Mhm.
So I thought that was interesting. You can find that in the paper. They paid him. Donald Burbanks made a deal with him, and to do this type of thing. Donald Burbanks has 7-part play. I was going to call him as my number one witness in this gun case because he knows of the threat on my life.
Mhm.
The threat on my life.
And
Go ahead.
yeah.
During the pendency of the lawsuit, he received credible information as he put in an email to my lawyer, L.S. Saucer, and to Lisa Schwarzert, the county attorney that was defending the lawsuit. During the lawsuit, he gave me, well, not to me directly, but only to my lawyer. He gave him an email that said, "I received credible information. I've received a threat from a very credible information that your client's life may be in danger." Something to those word effects. And he gave the email to its public record in the federal courts, in the county clerk's office, and within the Louisville police office. Okay, that's one of them during the pendency of my lawsuit. I think that occurred in 2015 or 16. There's also the same person when he made parole, February the 1st of 2000 and he made parole 2015. The day before he made parole, February the 1st, on January the 31st, some people went down and talked to Burbanks, and two people, same people at trial, told him, "Man, we fear for our life if he gets out." Donald Burbanks did not take a nine. They asked him, "Aren't you going to write this down?" He said, "No, I got a good memory." So he didn't really want to hear what they said. He acted rudely towards them and said, "If this is all you got, you can just go ahead and leave." And they were utterly shocked and didn't like the way he acted. And they just went ahead. "If you ain't gonna do nothing, we see where this is going at." And they went, two people now. They went, one of them white, and they went ahead and left. So because their life was in danger as well. So that's two things. That's another time that he knows that this threat is being publicly made. The next incident occurred when my little boy's mama my other suspect. She took an EPO out on me. That date is February the 1st in Denise Brown's courtroom for EPO stalking, the protective order or whatever. And that's when Donald Burbanks took the stand. We asked her, she said that she feared for her life, because of a Facebook post with me with a shotgun, that she feared for her life, and that there's other things that suggest that I was after her. I put on something on Facebook that I've been in your backyard and this and that. When the judge asked her to prove it, she couldn't prove none of it. So when my lawyer cross-examined her and asked her, "If you fear for your life, have you ever tried to take a hit out on anybody, on Kerry Porter?" She said, "No, I would never. I'm not that type of person. I have never done nothing like that." 5 minutes later, in rebuttal, Donald Burbanks took the stand again and said, after halfway not wanting to tell us, he did come out and say, "Yes, Miss Cecilia Sanders is one of the names recently mentioned that is willing to participate in the assassination of Kerry Porter."
Mhm.
The word assassination, I think, is interesting because assassination is associated with a political person.
Mhm. Yeah. So like, I can definitely understand that. Like, there were like numerous kind of like public and known
Right,
kind
exactly.
of threats on your life is kind of what I'm understanding.
Right.
Especially at that time, that would make you feel like I need to have a gun in the house.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness, beyond
Yeah.
these perpetrators are a group of, according to my trial, they are, and in the paper, they are contract killers. They participated, according to Francois Cunningham, that helped get me out. Here's a relevant point. On March the 4th, 2010, Andy Wolfson wrote a newspaper article that said, March the 4th should have been a great day for Kerry Porter, but it
Uh-huh.
wasn't because and Mark Baker, Commonwealth Attorney Mark Baker, heard Francois testify to about a whole bunch of horrible murders, including the all-day torture of a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So
And
Mark,
so when this officer came to your home for the 911 call,
uh huh,
he had said that he had seen just this random gun just sitting in the middle of the kitchen
in
floor,
the kitchen
but
floor,
that was not there,
right,
from our understanding.
in plain view.
And did it say, like, was there any, like, body camera footage? Because I saw on the court case that you guys had requested the body camera footage. Did it show any gun at that point, or was it just kind of what the one where he saw on when he was going down those steps?
Well, they gave us a little bit of discovery. They cheated me out of, like always, they cheat you out of discovery. Keep in mind, I did 12 years and I filed co-counsel in the first murder case. I know the Brady thing and all the Brady Protégés Act of withholding exculpatory evidence, favorable material that can prove you're innocent. So moving on, this, when he didn't film, so what he gave us in discovery, I looked at it and it's not showing him showing the gun in the middle of the floor. It is just having a conversation, and then he goes. Now, what it does show is interesting. Though it's almost threateningly funny. He takes and show. I got some BB guns there. He says he shows him checking the BB guns and make sure they were BB guns, 3 of them, and he films that.
Oh.
But you're not gonna film the 2 real guns.
Oh, so yeah, I think you did mention that there wasn't the other gun when he was going down.
Yeah.
So that he saw a gun when he was going down the stairs. He didn't film that either.
Well, on that one, going down the stairs, when the other officer came, first of all, this officer came in my house against my will. I asked, what's called, do you want me to go and let him in? He said, no, he'll let himself in. I knew then that was funny business and was not proper. I study a lot of law, and I know a lot of police procedures and policy, mainly on search and seizures and stops, because that's a black man's nightmare. So, I hate to say it like that, but being real, across the country. So, with that being said, what happened was when this other officer came in, he goes downstairs. Now, haven't found the first gun. Detective Alex Thomas had proceeded to do a protective sweep down in the basement where the girl was for everybody's safety. I can understand that, and I watch him. He said, I'm not going to touch anything, protocol. He did the right thing. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm just going to look and see. He looked and observed everywhere. He walked kind of close to everything and made a pretty much a U or almost a complete C or almost an O, and came back to me. He's sitting on the steps. He told me to sit on the steps away from the female. So she's sitting on the couch, we probably about 10 feet apart. And then when the second officer comes in, I'm sitting on the steps on the blind side. He does a protective sweep for whatever reason. Interesting enough, he does a protective sweep type of thing. Like I said, if he's unwelcome and then you go and you find a gun, that to me, that is a search. So when he brings up the second gun, Alex, I said, where'd you get that from? He said, it was right over there. It's over where? He said, on the table in plain sight. And they looked at each other and gave a kind of like a little signal, like, you dummy, just shut up. And I'm watching them type of thing. And that's when I felt in threat, period. Now, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
So I said at that point, when he got on black leather gloves, as I remember, or they might have been search gloves, whatever they were, they was black. And I didn't like the way neither one of them was looking after they found the second gun. I felt my life in threat. And I quickly and wisely said, you know what? I told her she was saying something. He got guns all over it. I said, girl, you quit acting stupid. I got hidden cameras all over this house, which I was not telling the truth. I just felt so threatened that was my best defense to stop whatever plans they had on doing, because I doubt if that was a gun that I only used. I don't even have 100 days in my house in 5 years yet. I would spend three to 6 days over at best. and then I would leave the thing because I don't feel safe there. I have a bullet hole, and that's why I want you to bring the camera guy.
Yeah.
I was going to show you a bullet hole that was in my head of my headboard upstairs. Keep in mind, the furniture is new. I just got the money in April of 18. So by the time what that comes around, my house ain't number 15 years old and brand new furniture, being my status and all. So, and keep in mind, by being November the 30th, Black Friday had already rolled past. I had a decent amount of money in the house for Christmas and credit card, not credit card, what do you call those signs? That's all kind of new to me, gift cards. I bought numerous gift cards, and had a lot of jewelry
Yeah.
and a lot of cologne and this and that for people's presents or whatever. All of
A
that,
lot of value.
all of that came up missing during the search. And my
They were
75.
missing during the search?
Yes. They didn't. They took no. My wallet and all my ID is down at the foot of the thing. That should be on body cam footage, or type of thing. And they didn't lock her up for none of the complaints that she alleged against me, and they didn't lock her up for none of the complaints I alleged against her. So, what was the purpose of the 911 call other than the guns?
Yeah.
They,
And
go
so
ahead.
these guns, so they found, so I'm following, they did find or they at least produced 2 guns.
They found two guns, and then they used those 2 guns to go and get do a search. Now back to that second gun.
Were those your guns, or did you have you seen them before, or kind of what was that?
The second gun, I don't know if I don't. To be honest with you, when I'm buying these guns, the purpose of them is to take them off the streets so that I won't get killed. Some of these guns come from that people's people or whatever, to where he was trying to give them to gang members, and I paid a lot of money to get a lot of street information, the same way the police do. So because my life was on the line. So, so anytime I I heard about a gun, yeah, I'm gonna buy it right off the thing, because that's one gun that's gonna kill somebody one day, more than likely. And after that, think about it. We got 150 murders every year. The Commonwealth can't beat me back that one of those guns that I took off the street stopped a murder. They can't say that it didn't. They're okay, because apparently it didn't, because y'all didn't charge me with no bodies on those 17 guns. So to me, I did the streets, I did the public a favor. I'm spending my own money, and these guns had so much dust on them, Miss Rachel. These guns had so much dust on them, they probably wasn't even functional. Again, I don't even stay at the house. So on that second gun, I'm being honest, and they're not going to be as honest as I am. It may have been there, type of thing. I don't remember. Half the guns, I don't care what they look like. I don't remember what they look like. I don't care about them, because my job is to take them off the street so they don't kill me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I don't. That second gun, I doubt if I had it there. The first gun I did have there. I'm admitting to that. And I told them that's in an interview type of thing, and I was prepared to tell them at trial. I did 2 interviews after the gun case, one in my basement and one at a barber shop. I think it's you can go online, it's WHAS. Kerry Porter does it. Why Kerry Porter has so many guns in his home. And I'm sitting in a barber's chair with the apron on me. So you can look at that one, WHAS. And the other one was with Stephan Johnson on Fox 41 News on 41. So with that being said, Miss Rachel, I wasn't trying to hide anything at all. I was being honest. Yes, I admit to the alleged crime I did, but I knew the justification law, KRS 503.030 and 40, choice of evil and justification defense and necessity. I think it was a necessity for me to purchase those guns off the street so that they wouldn't kill me, a person, a kid, or a police officer. So I did the whole community a favor.
And so, with the gun not being as plainly visible as the kitchen floor is what the police officer said, was it not visible at all? Did it seem like they had to do, I guess, like a preliminary search to even find the gun, or
That
was
what
you able to kind of see it visibly, like just looking around?
but plain they call it plain view. Listen, but neither one of them were in plain view. This keep in mind.
Gotcha.
Remember, this girl is heated and she is saying horrible things about me. So why would I have a loaded gun and my gun?
Exactly.
Right. So no guns, no gun. None of the guns was in plain view. The rest of the guns was upstairs in my bedroom where she wasn't supposed to be at, and well, in my bedroom, different drawers. I got them all over the place. I had them all over the place. I told her, but never in plain view.
Gotcha. So what you're kind of like saying is that they, one, you invited, you had them, you called the 911 call, yourself, saying like, please come. There's this woman that's in here. We're having a kind of thing. I just want her out of my home. They
What?
come and then they do an illegal search, really, of your home.
Right.
With
Right.
no basis of doing that search.
Well, here's my thing, Miss Rachel. If the first cop does after finding one gun, what would you do if you was in the same cop's position? You found a loaded gun. You go down the search and you told me it's on the body cam or whatever that you had to do a protective sweep. You did a protective sweep and you did not see a gray and black gun. Gray and black now, not just one color, gray and black. So where he said he got it from is a place that I'm on body cam that they gave me, body cam discovery they gave me, where I'm looking for. When he asked me for my license, I went and searched this place 5 different times. And he comes back later on, and the second cop comes, before the second cop gets there, I searched for my license 5 different times. And then the second cop comes, and he finds it in 3 minutes. And less than 3 minutes, 20, 30 seconds. It's like he just went down there and pulled it out.
Yeah.
And I knew, I said, oh, hell no, this is plain view. Why would it make, like I say, you got a domestic violence situation when this girl is screaming for her life, then I'm trying to do all this stuff to her. Why would I have 2 guns, not one, 2 guns in plain view? And one down there, the main one down there in the basement with her, with her. I can see the one that she ain't supposed to halfway know the one up in the kitchen, but he's saying one was down there where she was. That is 2 suspect, and Louisville, the Department of Justice has proven that they have done this. They have a pattern and a practice of doing this on a regular basis.
Yeah. So it was an illegal kind of search and seizure.
Yeah.
I'm understanding.
And watch it, but here's a very interesting point, Miss Rachel. One of the guns stolen. I don't know because they don't give me all the discovery. I was never able to prove whether the second gun that he found was a stolen. They said, you gonna love this one. They said that on November the 3rd of 2018. He said to the grand jury, Alex Thomas said to the grand jury, I did my research, and the second gun, there was one of the guns found in Porter's home was stolen from somewhere on Plum Street, near in my neighborhood. The zip code is 40291 like mine. And they give me the discovery of it and said, but they don't give me the police report. Just that it was stolen from this location. And so we're told in evidence. So on this November, I was supposed to stole this gun on November the 3rd of 2018. I got my money. I did a press conference March the 12th of 2018 and got my money the late April of 2018. Why, if I got millions of dollars, why would I break in somebody's house and steal a $500 gun when I can buy 1,000 of them and not faze me?
Yeah.
Their case doesn't make a lot of sense a lot of times.
Yeah. There's just no kind of that logic reasoning. There's not there.
Well, what happens, Miss Rachel, they think everybody is dumb and is not going to do their homework. Okay, why would I have not been, if I sold this gun November the 3rd of 2018, why didn't y'all prosecute me for it?
Yeah.
Why would y'all distrust, public trust, why would y'all break trust? How's that crime prevention? How's that protection and anything else with public trust in mind? What part of public trust did you do in letting me, a convicted murderer, as they said I was, when they called, they said I was a convicted murderer, did I had guns, that's the reason for locking me up. Okay, if I'm a convicted murderer with stolen guns or whatever type of thing, why did y'all let me get by with the first gun for that long?
Yeah.
So there's things.
I saw that you had only been kind of indicted on one count of the receiving of stolen property.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess kind of your argument was like, why not give me like the whole thing? It's like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense with like their argument.
And they only say 17 guns. I had anywhere from 25 to 28 guns, possibly 30. I'm being fair. 25. There was more than 25 to 28 guns. They stole I had a log where I kept I'm an inventor too. You know, on Facebook, I've been inventing stuff for a long time. I had one already patent, an invention already patent. They stole my memoir. I got memoir books laying around. I got 10 of them now. I got memoir books laying around close by where I just get an idea and I write it down. So, they stole my memoir books, and where I got all those guns at, I kept who I got it from, or if they gave me the name. Some people I knew the name, some people I didn't know at all, period. And some of them I had receipts on type of thing. Most of them wouldn't give me a receipt because they didn't want a paper trail left behind. I understand that, but I had asked for it anyway. So some of them had pictures of it, but I broke so many phones I couldn't prove it. You know, that I was doing this as a aid for not only for myself but the community in danger as well. So they took all of this and some legal work as well. Broke my TV, broke my garage door, scratched up my two Harley Davidson, put a little scratch on type of thing, scratched up my truck out in the front yard, a nice looking dually truck. Stole two of my safes, stole jewelry, stole money, I've already reported this to the general, the inspector general. I did an interview with her recently, so they investigating it. I know that they ain't gonna come up with no
I
money.
understand that you're saying that. Oh, sorry. I understand that you're saying that like the police officers had done this, or did you think that potentially
No.
in the house before you had woken up could have done this?
The jewelry, the money and some of the jewelry, only the police can find with a good search. I had it hidden up under rugs, had it hidden in shoe boxes, had it hidden in what's called, because if I have to, since my house been shot up in, I had money hidden all over out. They didn't find the outside money type of thing in case I have to run, period. I got money. I had money and still got money probably hidden in Newburgh area. I probably don't forget where I put money at in case I have to get out of a car and run for my life. Because
so yeah, it's your understanding that only the police could have done that.
Right.
Gotcha.
I got a hit on my head and I refuse to leave town because before I run from some punk, I'd rather just meet my demise before I run from anything. I never ran from a case and never ran from a person. So I was going to, my home was my self-protection. I got those guns for self-protection at home. Y'all didn't catch me with a gun in cars. Y'all caught me with a gun in my home. So if y'all didn't catch me with guns on the street type of thing, per se, I've committed no crime. You have a right, they have a stand your grounds home protection type of law, and they went against it.
Yeah. And so what is, I guess, kind of seeing all this and, having this, what is kind of the next step that you're hoping to kind of remedy the situation?
Well,
is it a lawsuit? Is it the complaint? Like, well, I guess what kind of steps are you taking to kind of really,
my future steps?
Your case and kind of have that, solution?
For quite naturally, first I have to exonerate myself and I don't really have the funds to hire a lawyer. I paid enough lawyer fees as it is and private investigator. So and protection on the street with people standing guard while I sleep at my house or whatever type of thing. After that bullet hole in my bedroom, my headboard. So my next thing is I've already wrote the Metro Council. When I send a letter out, I send it to Metro Council, Commonwealth Attorney, Mayor Greenberg. I want everybody that has a part of knowing what's going on in the city to know that my life is in threat and I fear for my life, either from the Louisville police and or I got letters to this effect already in public record that I fear for my life with either the Louisville police and or the alleged killer or some gang member that he hires to kill me.
Uh-huh.
So first I have to overturn the case, and it was in my judge is now in the Supreme Court. McCormick is now in the Supreme Court. So whoever's in Division 10, I've already asked the Commonwealth Attorney once to throw out this case. I got a letter that will be, I was supposed to mail it today, but I was waiting on this interview. So I will mail it out first thing in the morning. I will send you copies of it in a little bit if you like. So I wrote I wrote the Commonwealth Attorney and the mayor and all, and told them that this case is illegal. It is beyond problematic. I have over 101 Brady violations. I can name 17 off the bat, and I think Officer Alex Thomas may have been in a lawsuit that paid out $176,000 to a T. John Ferguson. He got paid the same year I went to trial. He got paid sometime. I went to trial June the 1st of 22, and he was paid sometime in 22. I don't know the exact date, but the incident happened long before my case in 2017. So and one of the arresting officer is on YouTube and everything. The arresting officer is A. Thomas. I think that's the same Alex Thomas that's in my case.
Yeah.
I filmed it. I'll send you a picture of that too. But like I said, it's on YouTube. So.
Gotcha.
So with this case is easy to give back because it is a case that was built on bias, prejudice, personal feelings, personal attitude, and more than likely racism.
Mm-hmm.
With Thomas Wine, there was a conflict of interest that I made known in public record, but I asked Judge McCormick to recuse Thomas Wine and Mark Baker type of thing, and I explained why. The main thing of it is Mark Baker is acting in a conflict of interest because he knows he made a deal with Francois Cunningham that had the murder case out for 2 people out Fern Creek and already served time on killing a Mexican in the Newburgh area. So in his deal, he mentions how deadly he and his Murder Inc. crew is, in which the person that's trying to kill me and made parole with all these threats, he is one of the members of Murder Inc. He's second in command.
Yeah.
So with this being said, and the detective said on this day, on Andy Wolfson's story, March the 4th, 2010 should have been a great day, but even the United States attorney and somebody and Mark Baker knew how dangerous this person was. Mark Baker has a history of withholding from me. He withheld that, and Andy Wolfson, the newspaper had to file a motion to basically free me.
Mm-hmm.
When I went down to records, to get some records when I got out, that person told me, he retired later on, he took his glasses out and looked down his glasses and said, "Mr. Porter, I'm glad you out. When you see Andy Wolfson, you need to hug him and thank him for filing that motion. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be talking to you now." And he put his glasses back on. And I knew so when I ordered all of my Francois Cunningham's statement that helped free me, and I ordered some more stuff. And I listened to Cunningham's statement, and it's very chilling. He testified that they did this stuff for this other known murder and this and that type of stuff. So my point of that is Mark Baker made a deal knowing how deadly he is, and this other person that's trying to kill me that he knows about is named in there. So Mark Baker, how can you let Francois give Francois witness protection in this case when he is a known killer? And you give me nothing when I got out, and you withheld from me 18 months. I met the parole board, telling the parole board without any proof, knowing that I went to the parole board. That was March the 4th, 2010. I went to January the 19th of 2011, and that other person suspect beat me up. He got shipped from Easter. He was down on my same dorm. His cell, he paid his salary to beat me up, and I went to the parole board, knowing that they had my innocence and did not tell me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know what you mean. And so I can understand, yeah, right next to the Commonwealth attorney to really take on this case and exonerate yourself. But are you interested in any kind of like, lawsuit filing?
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry. But after you first, in order to 1983 is what you sue the Louisville police for. You sue in a federal court in 1983, 42 USA 1983, and that stipulates that the police acting under the color law committed crimes against your civil rights and probably state law and their own policies and so on and so on. So, yes, I will be, but first you must get a favorable recommendation from the court that it was wrong in the first place. When I get there,
So this is just kind of the first step of the exoneration.
Right, exactly. First, you have to be proven innocent, and then you can make your proclamation that it was a forced mockery in the first place. Now, here's what you're gonna like, Miss Rachel. I came out of Raymond and I did an exclusive interview I had 4 microphones in front of me, and I got it on video type of thing, and that never aired. And I'm holding 32 was there. I halfway know for sure. 41, 11. I can't remember who was asking me the question, but I have a video on it whenever you. That's why I want you to bring the camera guy. I can show you this. I can probably mail it to you if you're interested. Yeah, I can send it to you through a text or whatever. It is very damaging. It's my bombshell, like James Mallory said. It's my bombshell information. That is a violation of my freedom to speech type of thing, and it is concealment of the of my allegations that this case is against the public's interest. It's a waste of the taxpayers' money. I said that. The case started in Thomas Wine's courtroom. The Louisville police, but it caused me to have this threat on my life. Told the guy, you can't cause me to have the threat and then lock me up for the guns to protect myself from the threat.
Gotcha. And so this interview was done with police, or
it was done. I was when I came out in Raymond. They dropped my charge for Commonwealth attorneys off whoever dropped my charge after, and then I made I made bond first, and then while on bond, they dropped my charge. They made me pay the money first. It's crazy. So when they dropped my bond, that information right there was Brady. When they dropped my charges, period, I'm exonerated per se, even though it's only temporarily. There is a reason why they dropped that charge, and that is exonerating evidence. That's evidence of innocence somehow. So I never got a paper from the Louisville police or otherwise dropping those charges. And then whether or not I think, and I know, Miss Rachel, I know I'm going to prove that the other part of Brady is that I think the Commonwealth, either Mark Baker or Thomas Wine, they say he wasn't supposed to participate in it. So Mark Baker wrote the United States feds, I believe, and because I had federal gun charges for real. I should have been charged with federal gun. Some of these guns were probably fully automatic. And against the whole gun, they are pure assaults, pure kill stuff. So with that being said, I think that they wrote to federal courts, and the federal court said, "No, we're not going to pick them up because we received threats, and that's why we took the case. All the deposition and stuff was taken all out of public stein and put into federal courthouse only for protection purposes." This other suspect's brother showed up at one of the proceedings in which my little boy's mama was there, and the sheriff had to be called. That's Brady material too. Him putting him out because it's his brother, and his name was mentioned. He said, "I can be here. Y'all trying to say my brother killed somebody, so I got a right to be here." With that being said, this person has bodied himself. So after that, the federal judge said all the proceedings will be in federal court thereafter. So they are, and the judge held a closed hearing with with the door locked, closed hearing, door locked, and an armed guard in front of the federal courtroom. Period. Now, if that means that he don't trust his federal officers. Why would a federal judge put an armed guard in front of his door? So the degree of corruption in this case is beyond scary. That's why I fear for my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And so with this step,
I will be filing a massive lawsuit.
Follow up and
I'm going to file a massive lawsuit.
When you're writing to the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, do you have legal representation, or are you like representing yourself? I'm gonna
file it pro se to start off with, and because there's no need for me to spend money because this case is overwhelmingly disregard for law. Disregard for public trust. It's a betrayal of public trust. It is a frame job. The grand jury has my innocence. He says things in the grand jury. He says, "I know that there are people out there trying to harm him." Well, that's exonerating. So if you know the people out there trying to harm me, where is that file at? That is Brady material again. It's my whole defense. So if you notice there's people out there trying to harm me, why don't you give me that information? And again, keep in mind, Donald Burbanks has the assassination thing and the duty to warn. That's 2 times that's 3 and 4 times in which the Louisville police knows of my the threat on my life, and there's 18 911 calls. And the day before I settled the case, January the 24th, I settled the case of 2018. And then on January 23rd, I seen the same suspect in Lowe's and called 911. I have 5 or 6 times in which 911 never came to my aid. And 4 other times when they escorted me from 911 calls are very important. I have at least 4 or 5 other times in which they escorted me out of the neighborhood for my protection.
Yeah. And so with this process and writing into the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, I know that kind of you're going to start this process by sending that letter. Do you know what that process will look like? Is it just as like, a simple, or I guess? Well,
what's going to happen? What's going to happen is I'm going to file a request and ask them to do it on her own. Once the Commonwealth case log and other things says, human decency or whatever says, that once the Commonwealth has reasons to believe, a prosecuting attorney has a dual role. He is to vigorously try to prosecute the guilty. However, the second part of his time is to make sure justice is served and the innocent never be prosecuted. So I'm going out for the second fold and writing the new Commonwealth attorney and telling her to personally take this case. That's what this letter, when I send it to you, it'll be personal to her. Either it's Jacqueline Gwynn. One of them is the police chief I'm writing to get on her.
Yeah.
And then there is what's her name? I got another room. Anyway, whoever the new Commonwealth attorney is, I'm going to ask her to go over it personally and to see to make sure that public trust justice is restored. It's up to her. New campaign, new everything type of thing. I think it's better than Thomas Wine and Mark. What's it called? I'm gonna make recommendations that Mark Baker be disbarred. He is withholding Brady material from me again, a second time. So I'm going to do a bar thing on him, and I'm going to ask the Commonwealth Attorney to throw this case out on its own. If not, I will be filing my own pro se motion for an evidentiary hearing in which I will prove by their own words that a lot of things are lies. The grand jury has information of my innocence that I should have been given Brady material. And those both officers should be on the Brady list. You know, our chief already, Jacqueline, already got in trouble, and Thomas Clay wants her on the Brady list. Okay, so they're not in a good position. And then now this somebody, James Stephan, is on the Brady list since 2010. If true, Miss Rachel, if true, there is no need to hire an expensive lawyer when the prosecuting attorney has a duty to get me out his or herself, period.
Yeah.
So I'm going to file a motion and tell them I'm going to do it pro se, but I will hire a lawyer if I have to. But see, that's part of the scheme is that we poor people have to pay for an expensive ass lawyer to do something that should be done anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I wouldn't catch a. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I just wanted to say, thank you for kind of explaining this all to me and kind of looking at your next steps. And for sure,
Get that letter.
Send you my email.
Uh-huh.
If it would be better to do it over text message, I would love to get a copy of that letter that you're sending to the Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
Okay.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll let you know kind of what we think. Obviously, I have to talk to my editor and that whole team and everything like that.
Oh yes,
but yeah. Well, again, thank you so much. And if there's anything else you wanted to.
Well, thank you. I thank you.
Feel free to reach out to me.
Yeah, I thank you. Listen, I will send. Yeah, when you send that to me, type of thing, the Inspector General. Her name is Miss Erin Spalding. I got letters to her if you're interested in that as well. Well, she is really supposed to have been came back. Her recommendation. I did that for January the 6th. That's about right 4 weeks ago, over 4 weeks ago. So the results are already supposed to be coming back. I think it's overwhelming what I said to her, type of thing, and I'll send you some of it. I'll give you some, and I'll let you be the judge from there.
Thank you so much. And
you're quite welcome. You're quite welcome.
I'll be sure to reach back out to you.
And I'll take a picture of that bullet hole in my bed. Here's the interesting thing. That bullet hole should be on it should, when they came and did a search, they're supposed to record everything and take pictures. They moved the pillows and moved my mattress and took the sheet off my thing. There's no way they could admit, they know what bullet holes look like. Why would I have bullet hole in brand new furniture?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I'll send you pictures of that too. Yeah.
Pass those things along, and I'll be in touch soon.
Oh, one last time, Miss Rachel. I wanted you to write the photographer. This is kind of funny. They left. I still got them in my basement right now. It is 4 Born Earls. All of them are what do you call those things with the double string? Not crossbows, but whatever that is with all the strings on type of thing with the wheels on. These things, a Born Earl is deadlier than a gun because it's not going to make any noise. And it's just as deadly, if not more. So they left. So the gun thing, my last point is this. Y'all, if you look at the equation, a 911 call, the sole purpose of a 911 call is to investigate a crime being committed and alleged by the caller. Okay, the source of information by the caller. Okay, so she alleges all these horrible crimes. Why would y'all not go for the rape, robbery, and everything else? Rape, robbery, and can't breathe. That would be assault in the first degree. And instead of going with just the guns, you have better evidence and everything else, and you choose to go with the guns instead of hardcore evidence. Sloppy. That is an injustice to that girl. That is injustice to the public, and that it proves that it was just a hoax. So that's where I stand at.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no kind of that logic kind of.
And they did a sloppy, horrible job of just framing me up on this gun case.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. Thank you so much for adding that as well. That was
okay.
helpful.
So send me that email and I'll send it to you.
And I'll be in touch with you soon. Take
Oh.
care. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Rachel. I'll see you. All right. Bye-bye. Okay.
You ready?
What I got to do?
Help me get this stuff off the bag with you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let me turn the stuff off. Wait a minute, hold on.